Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Wrinkled Sheets Podcast, the Wrinkled Sheets Podcast. The reason I'm starting it like this for you this time is after we recorded the podcast, at the very end, we went to save it, and a little notice popped up and said, letting you know that there were some places that didn't record, that like said dropped out due to slow processing on your laptop. Janet and I have never seen this warning before, don't know where it came from, but when I went back to edit the podcast, yes, there are like these little couple of dead spots. Not a lot, not enough to destroy the podcast, but just enough to maybe be annoying, and I didn't want you guys to go, what happened? So that's what happened. Every once in a while, you'll hear like a dead spot and a jump, but it shouldn't be too bad. It only happens like 2 or 3 times during the podcast. Just a heads up. So here it is. This is our Christmas podcast. Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate, have a great holiday season. And here it is, the Wrinkled Sheets Podcast. I mean, it's like 7 o'clock now. We might as well just not even record the podcast. We should just go watch Hawaii Five-0.
No, I don't have to work tomorrow.
Oh, so we should record a podcast.
Yeah.
Hey. That's why it's going right now. It is going right this second. See how I did that?
That was a booby trap.
Yeah, that's what that was. It's Wrinkled Sheets. It's Wrinkled Sheets. It's really kind of neat. Listen to Wrinkled Sheets. Yeah.
Yay.
Yay. It is the
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. That's what I was trying to figure out how to say it. It's Christmas
December
Eve.
23rd, 2018.
And Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy Festivus to you.
Happy anniversary to you.
Almost.
Almost 3 days.
In 3 days. And I'll be out of town.
Yep. We
should just celebrate our anniversary tomorrow night.
Okay. What are we going to do?
I don't know, but we should.
Why don't we get in our PJs?
Okay. And then
watch
we'll
some
order
Grey's Anatomy.
And order Chinese. Let's do that. That'll be. We'll watch Grey's Anatomy in our pajamas. And eat
be
Chinese.
The old married couple that we are.
Or we could have naked dinner.
It's been a while. We were both thinner back when we used to.
We were a lot thinner when we both used to.
We felt confident walking around naked. Now it's like, let's turn off the lights. I have to walk to the bathroom.
I don't really have the confidence to walk around much like that anymore. But
yeah.
What happened? We used to do that.
Because
you used to even say, "Hey, you want to do naked dinner?"
I love naked dinner because naked dessert was always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Did I kill you?
You almost made me spit out my Pellegrino on the keyboard.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. This Pellegrino, by the way,
has lasted you a long time.
I'd say a year.
Because it's the fancy water. I buy the cheap water. You buy the expensive water, and I'm like,
you don't drink it. How come you don't drink it?
Because it's fancy, and I'm like, I'll leave the fancy water for when Steve's home. He can feel fancy at home.
Well, when I was taking the boxes out.
We have so many boxes.
I was taking them out. And
you know how they do. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I was taking these out, and I looked down and saw the last 2 of a big case that I bought and thought, I don't know how these have lasted this long. I'm drinking them while I'm home.
Because if you look in our pantry, it's half full of bubble water.
But it's your bubbly.
Which is the cheaper kind.
What's that stuff you buy? I just saw Bubbly. It's called Bubbly.
I have been experimenting. Yeah, so Bubbly, when they first came out, they had sodium in them, and now I'm seeing that they don't. And so I got this whole case from Walmart.com, not sponsored, of like 12 or 18, all of their different flavors. They have apple flavored.
Is it good?
Oh, I didn't realize it was apple. I thought it was like lime, and I was drinking it with my breakfast the other morning, and I like took a big swig, and I was like, oh, this is heaven. I'm about to go on Whole30 for January just to do like a reset, and it doesn't allow you to have sugar, sweets, and I'm like, this is the key to success.
Okay, for people that are listening right now, and for your husband, explain what Whole30 is from the beginning.
So Whole30, it really kind of, it's not a diet. You're not allowed to weigh yourself during Whole30. It's 30 days, and you just kind of go back to the basics, where it's a 30-day, it emphasizes whole foods, eliminates sugar, alcohol, grains, legumes, soy, and dairy. It's very similar to the paleo diet, which is kind of what I want to transition to after January. But it just kind of, if you look at a Whole30 calendar, like the first week, you'll go through like headaches and
the keto flu,
kind of like that, where your body is like adjusting to not having sugar. So this last week, I'm like all the cheese and a little bit of sugar.
So this is going to be your final, like, for me, I have been did I even talk about this in the last podcast?
No, I don't think so.
we did.
No, you came home and you're like, I'm going keto. And then you said, bye.
I went keto because keto is Neato. I have been doing keto. Now, this would be my third week. I've done it 3 weeks. This would be the 4th week coming up. But I've been doing keto and sticking to it.
Yeah, today was your only cheat day because we did Christmas.
And I cheated. I mean, I really, really cheated.
How do you feel?
I feel bloated. I mean, my hands feel bloated. My tummy definitely feels bloated. And I think because I haven't been eating a lot either. You know, like I eat.
But we only had like one meal today. It was just a big meal.
But just
Lots.
You know, like I had 2 helpings of potatoes. Then I had 2 cheddar biscuits. And I had, you know.
See, Whole30 allows you to have sweet potatoes.
Does it?
Yeah.
But that is not the same kind of diet, though, right? The Whole30 is not like a make you lose weight, or is it?
It depends. Everyone reacts differently. That's why you're not allowed to get on the scale, because it could be, if you're not losing weight, it can be. And if you slip one day, you have to start all over.
You do?
You have to start the 30 days over.
I was wondering that about the keto. That's what
Well, I've heard with keto, because it's not like the 30 keto.
No.
Keto is a lifestyle.
But you have to go into ketosis.
Which you bought some ketosis strips that are in your office.
Because everybody goes, you know, I was reading, and then that's when you know you've gone into ketosis, and you want to be in ketosis, and you want to. So I guess if there's days that you go in and out of it, because some days I have to pee like, so I mean, seriously, every 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then other days, and then I hate to bring this up on a podcast, but then there was the Keto Constipation.
That's sexy.
And I did not know that was really a thing till I Googled. And it's a big thing on keto.
Mm-hmm. What do they tell you to do?
They tell you to drink more water.
Even more water.
Even more water. And to eat more of the fruits that you can have. Like, not by fruits, they mean like avocados and tomatoes. Because you can't have other fruits because of the sugar.
Right.
Because part of keto is no sugar, no sweets, no carbs, it's basically meat, cheese, and fats and oils.
Yes.
Because you can have like cheese, eat a chunk of cheese and a big steak. Mm-hmm. And I immediately lost 6 pounds, like boom, like that first week. And then I've only lost 4 more pounds in the past 2 weeks.
Because you came home and you're like, do you notice? And I was like,
yeah, you were like, no, but I'm tired. No, but I'm tired. But I noticed because I'm a belt loop. I was almost 2 belt loops, but I'm 1 belt loop tighter. Mm-hmm. So
maybe this cheat date will be like a good reset, and then you'll
just start over.
Do 10 more pounds. I don't know.
Hopefully. So that's what we're doing, folks. I don't know if anybody else is doing it.
Maybe instead of like steaks, you do like lean, like chicken, pork.
You can do that. And you know what else I found I could do? I didn't know this till just the other day. Hot dogs. I can actually have hot dogs without the bun.
How many carbs are in hot dogs?
Well, there's like a small amount of carbs, but it's still all part of keeping track of your carbs. You know what I mean?
20 carbs a day.
Yeah, and you can have mustard. That was something else I found, that you could have mustard.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have the carbs that ketchup and mayonnaise and stuff has.
So you ordered some of the ketchup that was like sugar-free.
Yeah.
And that's on the Whole30 approved
so
list.
You can use that
brand. I was like, is he doing this for me or is it for him?
Well, yeah, you can do that. Because I was just, since we're talking about that,
there's only 2.2 grams in a hot dog.
Hot dog, yeah.
Sorry.
So that was something else that people said, yeah, you can basically have you're a hot dog, put some mustard on it, a little relish.
Grass-fed, organic, probably.
You have to have like caveman.
Yeah.
Well, I just ordered last night, when I was sitting at the airport, delayed, some grass-fed, organic meat strips.
Oh, very nice.
They're like just real. It's bacon. It says it's bacon.
I think I had a dream about your meat sticks last night.
I bet you did.
No, not like that. I think because we were so tired last night. Like, we both had very long days. You woke up at 7 a.m., 6 a.m. Mountain Time.
Mm-hmm.
And I woke up at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, and we both were go, go, go. You were travel, travel, travel. I was go, go, go. And then your plane got delayed.
In the Bahamas.
Then your luggage got lost in Denver.
So I had to hang out at the airport
we didn't get home till like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And I
was so tired. I was so tired.
You didn't have to try and drive a vehicle.
I know. You were quiet. You were like, normally you're like happy to see me and you can't, you
like,
almost can't
in my brain, I'm like,
I want to tell you everything that happened while you were gone.
I want to tell him things, but I'm too tired to talk.
And you were just like quiet. I go, you okay? I'm tired.
My brain was like, I want to share all this stuff, but I'm so tired.
It was the opposite because I was like, and then my plane got delayed, and then I realized I was sitting at the wrong gate, and I thought, oh, did my plane leave without me? And maybe that's why, no.
Yeah. Your mom asked me today, she's like, so you and Steve talk a lot, right? And I was like, no, we don't. We communicate every day, but we don't like talk.
Should we talk more?
I don't know.
I feel like it's almost perfect. I mean, I do, so I don't know how you do.
But then there's stuff that happens that I know nothing about.
Right.
Like the fact that you didn't go do an event that I thought you went and did while I was out of town doing meetings. And it was just like, now, a week and a half later, when we talked about, you're going to go do this, that's really cool, send me a picture.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I never heard about that event.
Yeah.
And then, like, a week and a half later, you're like, oh, yeah, it got canceled. I'm like, so what'd you do that afternoon? Like, I didn't hear from you. Like, I just assumed you were being an elf.
I don't know. I just didn't go. I ended up shooting a video. That's what I did.
So that's the problem with just texting, because you go silent and I just assume you're busy doing something.
Well, I was shooting videos, so I was still busy, but I did not tell you that what happened. I was supposed to, with a friend, go to the homeless shelter.
And he was going to be Santa and you were going to be an elf, right?
And we were going to give out some stuff.
But it got canceled.
But it got canceled. But we still gave out the stuff. The stuff still got given to them. We just weren't able to go dress up
physically.
And go do it. So, but that was going to be the fun, if we wanted to go be Santa and an elf.
So those people listening, what is your communication style with your partner? Have you done the love languages? I've thought about maybe you and I should do the love language quiz to understand how we communicate. You should see his face.
What is a love language quiz?
Everyone has a different love language. Some people do it through like I don't have it in front of me, but like it would help us. I've heard it helps couples understand how they communicate.
Are we having trouble?
No.
Are we?
No. But throughout,
is this a session we're having right now on the air?
Thank you for joining the Janet session. No, I feel like in anything in life, like in my career, even though I don't want to advance in my career, I'm happy being
even though I don't want to advance in my career,
I don't want to be like a manager.
I'm stalled where I am.
I'm not stalled. I'm a recruiter that in everything I do,
and they love
different than the other. But I don't want to be a manager. I don't want to be a manager of all the recruiting things. But I do want to continue to grow and build on my 10 years of recruiting experience, right?
Right.
So we have 8.5 years of relationship. Let's continue to grow and build. It's not not like you go on cruise. Married, go on cruise control.
What do you consider your love language?
I don't know. I have never done the thing. I think maybe service is my love language, because I like to cook you things. I like to make sure you have the food that you want when you come into town for a day and a half. You know, I think I'm a service person, which is why I like recruiting and I like
helping people and doing things.
Yeah.
I think so too. Like my fantastic Christmas present you got me.
And I just love.
And you said the look on your face was just everything.
It makes my Christmas.
Should I say what you got me?
It's up to you.
Okay.
You can do it.
I have been wanting one for a really long time. I've been looking at buying this for myself for probably 4 or 5 years. And then this summer, I actually said, I am going to buy one of these. I'm going to do it.
June.
Back in June. That's when, and I said, I'm going to do this.
And I've been monitoring. Has he bought it? Nope. Nope. All right.
And
He's not going to buy it.
It's an AR-15. Mm-hmm. It's a rifle. Everybody probably like oh, an AR-15. That's the one.
If you're not a gun person, that's how you're reacting.
Yeah, oh, an AR-15.
But if you're a gun person, you're like,
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Because I've been telling my gun people friends, I'm like, guess what I got, Steve?
And your gun friends were like, oh
he's
yeah,
you're
gonna love that.
You're the best wife. I'm like, I am.
And I sent a picture to my buddy Jeremy, and he sent back like,
nice,
America. So I was really excited when I opened it, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe you did this. I know what this costs, and now I feel horrible for what I got you for Christmas.
Stop. It's not about that. It's not a competition.
It's not?
No, I'm not keeping points.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Because people listening to this, do you keep points when you buy presents?
He only spent $3 on me, and I spent $10 on him.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous. No, I was talking like grade school. That was grade school. That was me in grade school.
Grade school, not like, well, I spent 150 and he spent 25.
Right.
So that's what,
I don't do that.
You don't do that at all? Not even a little bit in your head? Like, well, I kind of thought they'd get a little better than this. Or here's the deal,
I got what I want. I got you.
We played the typical.
He didn't even respond.
What? I was thinking something.
I got what I wanted.
Oh.
I got you. We got married last year.
Oh, yeah, but that was last year's Christmas present, wasn't it?
Yes, but
I'm still here, so that's this year's Christmas present.
You're not here enough to count for a year, so
you
might
okay.
care. You were talking.
Sorry. Where was I going with that?
I have no idea.
Where was I going?
So sorry.
You
cut me off.
Then you cut me off, and then we both can't think about what we're talking about.
Stella.
No, when you go to get something like a gift, do you? Oh, I know where I was going with this. We're going to play this stupid game that every couple does. Let's not get anything this year.
Let's buy a dryer.
That's what we talked about. We said we're either going to buy a dryer or the refrigerator.
Right.
That I wanted, it's stupid.
It's $7,000.
It's stupid. I mean, it's on sale, but it's very expensive. That's not I think it's like 34 or 35 now. But
that's ridiculous.
It's got the slide out middle drawer,
fancy.
And it has the built-in TV screen.
Yeah, it's fancy. It's got a lot of stuff that can break.
It's like a laptop built into
every refrigerator ice box that I've owned. Wow, how old am I? An ice box? You got an ice box?
Yeah, an ice box.
The electric ice maker has always broken. So that's just a minor electric piece of the refrigerator.
I think ours is broken in this one.
Every one that I've ever owned, it's broken.
Never had
imagine putting a computer in the refrigerator that always breaks. The ice, I don't trust.
Should we just all go back to ice trays again?
No.
Would kids even know how to work an ice tray?
I think so.
Did you work an ice tray?
Yeah.
Which one did you use? The plastic that you twist, but you didn't have the metal one that you actually had the handle on.
No, I'm not that old.
No? Have you ever seen one of those?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're going to have to Google while I'm talking to you.
Metal ice.
It's a metal ice tray. It was a metal ice tray, and it looked like Venetian blinds, the dividers on it. And it had this handle that went across the top, and when you pulled up the handle, it cracked the ice out of the tray. And they were the hardest things to fill and stack. And that was when I was a kid that my mom was like, Dad, you didn't.
Oh my God, they're $20 at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Are they still have them? Oh, hell yeah.
They're $20 a piece. It's old fashioned.
Yeah.
It's called an old fashioned. And they're $20 a piece.
Yeah. And you had
$20 for an ice cube tray.
Yeah, but they worked. They were really, but you had to be strong enough. They might be not as bad now, but when you pulled that, it had to crack the ice and break it into divide it into cubes, and would always leave the ice trays out. Did you get in trouble as a kid for you didn't fill up the ice trays? Or did you have to immediately? We were supposed to immediately.
I was always very good about that.
Yeah, well, of course you were. Service is what makes people happy.
Because
Service.
I was so annoyed when I would go to get ice and it wasn't there. That I was constantly filling up the ice trays when I was old enough to reach the ice. Yeah, and then when they get full, you empty them into the ice cube holder box and fill them back up so you can make more ice.
So should we get a couple of those now that the ice makers?
They're $20 a piece. No, save your pennies. We got ice. I like those recyclable.
Yeah, you use the recyclable plastic filled with water.
I'm assuming
whatever
it's
the water. I don't know.
Sometimes it leaks into my drink and I haven't died yet, so we're good.
Yeah, sometimes they go flat, and
it's like, where did the inside go? Into my
Are they
drink?
dishwasher safe? I see that you put them in the dishwasher.
I don't know.
I don't know if they're really dishwasher safe.
I haven't seen them since I bought them.
Like in a store or something?
Yeah. So maybe it was an experiment.
But you love them.
I do. They're so convenient, and they're
And they rinse right off.
right off in the dishwasher. Everything's dishwasher safe, in my opinion.
See, these kids today don't understand how everything is basically dishwasher safe or microwavable. In the old days, you actually had, when you bought something, you went,
Is this gonna melt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about that on a podcast recently. Not recently. In the last couple years. That's recent in my mind. About how not all plastics are microwavable anymore. Like, you have to, know your plastics.
Well, some of them now, they're different coated because of, like, cancer, or this gives off a chemical when heated, or whatever.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those codes? I don't even know.
No, you asked me that the last time we talked about it, and I said no, and I still haven't researched it. I'm like, Lord, keep me on the earth as long as you'd like.
Lord, please don't give me cancer from the stuff I heat up in the microwave.
Right, but I am much more conscious.
I always feel that way when we bring home stuff from restaurants, because you're like, just throw it in there. I go, what if this isn't a microwavable? If it doesn't melt, you'll be fine.
I've never said that in my life.
Yes, you have.
Nope.
Not in so many words, but you're like, yeah, it's okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just watch it.
Yeah, but sometimes I wonder if they're actual.
Then don't ask me. Do what you think is right.
But it's so much easier to just throw the whole little container in there than to try to dump out.
Can I
Stuff on a
talk
plate.
about bringing leftovers home? Can I talk about my super nice dinner from last Sunday?
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So there's this really fancy dinner place. It's called a restaurant here in the
It's a fancy dinner place. You ever seen any of them? They got like them sit down chairs in them. It's kind of like the Cracker Barrel, but with like expensive food.
It's called Del Friscos, and
woo!
yeah, and I had heard about Del Friscos
Del Frisco's is one of those names
in Denver. Across the country.
Across the country.
It's a chain.
I mean, you can watch old westerns. They'll be like old westerns, and they're like, let's go down to Del Frisco's and get a steak. I'm wondering if that's been something that's been
Evolved?
through the ages of. I don't know if it's connected to the same place, but I've actually heard that. Like, want to go down to Del Frisco's, and they'll fix you up.
Yeah, so me and my girlfriend Beverly and her family all went down to Del Frisco's to get fixed up, and because her daughter had just graduated from college. And so it was like, she was like, do you want to join us? I was like, sure. It'd be like a little Christmas present to myself. I love a good steak. So you were out of town. I'm like, yeah, I'll come with you. Oh my God. So I had 2 alcoholic beverages, which I only drank 1.5 because they were very strong. And I gave the 0.5 to my friend Aubrey. And
Should ever had.
Yes. And they served it perfectly rare. And then the whole table was ordering sides, and I was like, well, I'll get 2 of the sides because I wanted lobster mac and cheese and I wanted the Brussels sprouts. Mm-hmm. And so I ordered those 2, and that's it. And my bill was like after tip, I think I paid $150.
Let me do this for the people listening. What?
I know.
$150?
Even
you
though
know this Taco Bell you can get for $150? That's like 150 packs of hot dogs at the Dollar Tree. That's crazy.
Are you finished?
Yeah.
Okay. So I walked in knowing it was a very pricey meal. I wasn't doing the math as I went along, but at the end I was like, whoa. But the steak was amazing. All the food was amazing. The service was okay. And then we got...
I'll stop you because I just want to ask you a question about the service. What made it just okay? Did not?
They were very, like, talkative and attentive, but their actions didn't always go along with what the requests were. Like, I think Beverly and her husband Bill got the wrong steaks. Beverly is highly allergic to seafood, and I'm pretty sure she got Oscar... Is that Oscar style on her steak? And so it was like, I can't eat this. And so they brought her another. It was a mess. And then her husband had ordered Oscar style.
Why'd they just switch?
Because the servers couldn't commit that is what had happened. They're like, we'll just bring you another steak, ma'am. Sorry. And Bill never got Oscar.
He didn't get his Oscar?
He's very quiet. And
for that kind of money, I want my what I...
Right. So it was just stuff like that. The sides didn't come out with the steaks. Like, we had the steaks and we were waiting on the sides, and it's like...
Were they very busy? Was it one of those, could they have been in the swamp, what are they called, weeds?
Maybe, but we were like table number 2 to walk in, so... I don't know. So then I ate half my steak because I got massive, like a 10-ounce ribeye. And I knew what I was doing. I was like... This will be Sunday and Monday dinner. And then I took the leftover lobster mac and cheese home, and that's it. I was like, I'll take the leftover lobster mac, because they got regular mac, and then I'll take my steak home. And so the waitress comes and brings my, like, amazingly fancy... Am I boring you?
No.
You're like...
I just got relaxed.
Brought my to-go bag, and it was like a shopping bag from, like, I don't know, Prada? It's a super nice bag. I was like, oh, that's really nice.
Is it a bag you could reuse?
Yeah, probably if I hadn't thrown it away. And she put it next to me. I was like, oh, thank you. And I didn't even think of it. And then I get home, and I didn't have my steak. My super expensive steak. I only had my mac and cheese, and then I had a thing of mashed potatoes. And I was like, Beverly.
You called?
Beverly. No, I did try and call. She didn't answer. And I was like, don't worry, calling me back. I just want to let you know I didn't get my steak. So finally she texts, she's like, oh my God, come and get it tomorrow. And I was like, yes. I'm like, is this silly? But I paid a lot of money for this steak.
Yeah, that you'd like the other $60 half of your steak.
So the next day was a super long work day. And like, I didn't leave the office. I got there at like 4:30 to work out, got to the desk to start working at 6:30, but didn't leave the desk to stop working until 6. And I was like, mentally like, whoa. And I was like, Beverly, I'm going to come by and get that steak. And I walked in. I was like, I'm too tired. I just need the steak. I just want to go home.
I can't chat. I just want to eat.
And she's like, same. So that's what I love about her. We both we're very similar in our work ethic. We go until we can't go anymore. And she gets it. So yeah.
Well, I just was wondering about the service what you considered the service.
She was very chatty and very funny and like tried to like
engage,
but then like some of the requests didn't come through. Like when you're paying that much for food, you expect to, when I say this is what I get. Right?
Was she writing it down? She one of those like, I've got it. Don't worry, I have it in my head.
No, she was writing it down, and she had an assistant.
So she was being shadowed that night? Yeah. Well, the other reason I'm asking is because...
Are my expectations too high?
No. When my friend JB and I went to Gordon Ramsay's place in Vegas at the MGM Grand, and I'm doing the keto, so I'm looking for things that I can eat.
Right.
Which is basically the bacon cheeseburger with no bun. That's basically what was on the...
It's meat.
What an amazing menu. If you haven't been to Gordon Ramsay's place in Vegas at the MGM, an amazing menu. It made me almost regret being on the keto, the selections. Okay, but the burger came out, and it was beautiful. I mean, one of the prettiest burgers I've ever seen. His looked amazing. For you guys that watched the vlog, you probably saw it, because I was shooting the vlog. But he got the burger, same one I did, blue cheese. He got blue cheese with his. I got regular, but bacon was a bacon cheeseburger.
Good call, JB.
Huh?
Good call, JB.
And I didn't pay much attention to the bill. I mean, I just looked at the menu and saw, well, that's what I want. Typically, how much is a burger? You know what I mean?
20.
Yeah, whatever. So the bill came, and it was $70 something dollars for
Neither one of you drink.
no. He got a Coke and I got I think a seltzer water or something like that. And we both were kind of like, it was probably one of the best burgers I've ever had in my life, but for no bun. There's not even a bun on mine. Shouldn't they knock another $15 off for no bun?
Keep your bread.
And we both were kind of talking about, well, the service was good, but it wasn't
For that level.
great.
Yeah.
You know, he came by and here's your food and, you know, can I refill your water? But there wasn't that constant
Attentiveness.
You know, for that kind of place, you'd almost feel like, is there anything else you need? Would you like some extra salt for your French fries? Or would you like,
Right.
service. So that's what I was trying to figure out, what your level of what you consider service. Like, sometimes I think service in a place that expensive should be higher up the chain.
Sometimes, like, I don't need the chat. I don't need you to make the jokes and make me laugh. I'm not here for a comedy show. I'm here to eat and eat what I want and spend time with the people I'm with and then leave. Mm-hmm. And I feel like she was more focused on the connection. Like, when I gave her my credit card that said CID with ID, there was like a 5-minute story about how she got her credit card stolen. And I was like, okay.
Was she a millennial?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I feel like less focus on like the comedy routine
and
more
focus
on the service.
On actual
like,
service.
Back in the day, and I don't know if they still call them that, but back in the day they were called servers because they were supposed to serve
you. Yeah.
I don't know what they're called now. They could be like, I'm sure there's some fancy name that doesn't degrade anyone in any way.
And how are you on the tipping? Do you tip
I still tip 20%.
No matter what?
Well, and
What happened
you've seen me. I there are times when I'll tip 10% because I didn't realize how bad she was till I got home and I didn't have my steak.
That's the bad part right there.
Like, I was like about to cry.
This is how bad. You even talked about this. This is one time you even said we had communicated. You were like, I didn't get my steak.
Like, I don't know. Am I being weird?
What should I do? What should I?
I've never paid that much for a steak. And
Should I just forget about it? I go, no, go get it. Go back and get it.
And Beverly was so cool. Like, I didn't say, hey, Beverly, I need my effing steak.
You didn't like, don't eat my
like,
steak.
Beverly, I think you have my steak. And she's like, you come get that steak. And she said the same thing. The service was not. But they've always been good tippers. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure they still tipped well.
You know what TIP stands for, right?
To ensure prompt service.
Yes.
Of course. I was a waitress for 12 years.
Yeah, but I didn't know a lot of people.
I was a server.
A lot of people think that tips,
are just given.
And tips used to be up front. That's what to ensure prompt service. You used to come in and throw down money and go, take care of me.
I've had those tables. I had a couple times they do that, and then the money was gone by the end of the night, and I'm like, I really worked hard for the money that was there.
Well, you're supposed to take that, I thought.
So nowadays, if that happens, or sometimes they'll do the verbal tip, like, I'm going to tip you. I'm going to
take care of me, and I'll tip you so good.
And those are the ones that tip like 5% because they can't afford. They're tipping with their mouth.
Tipping with the mouth.
That could be dirty. I didn't mean that way.
Yes.
So we're like done.
We're done with Christmas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like, is that bad?
No.
We're going to go to the mall tomorrow on Christmas
What
Eve.
did you get? So we talked about what I got.
Oh.
We didn't talk about and then Walt explained the screw up.
You can do that. But I got a gift card from like my top 3 favorite places. Even though I'm not 21, I got a gift card for Forever 21. I got a gift card from Sephora. I got a gift card from Bath and Body Works, where I probably should like go to rehab for because I'm addicted. And
you have a Bath and Body Works store in the closet.
Yes, and actually, you do have some things in your stockings.
I do. You weren't going to put anything in there.
I know. I forgot I ordered it until it came, and I went,
we're not getting each other anything.
No, it's fine. It's just 2 items. Yes, and perfection. Again, I don't like to talk about me. I like to talk about you. Your phone has been on, like, that battery's going to be
I should
dead.
turn this off. Oh, it is way down. So I got you these because we weren't going to
They're
get
perfection.
It is. I know the stores that you like and you love.
Yes.
And we weren't going to get each other anything, but I was going to still
Because
going
there's
to be.
nothing neither one of us need.
No, and you wouldn't tell me. I don't. And I'm aware. I'm an aware kind of guy. I pay attention.
I just don't understand this lounging. Like, you don't usually record a podcast.
I know.
In that manner.
I just wanted
He's
to feel
laying down.
I just wanted to feel comfortable. I was sitting too far up, and I felt like I was just watching the computer more than engaging. It was when I relax like this, I can
gotta
feel
engage.
Like,
okay.
Yeah. So where was I going? Oh. Because I pay attention, like I know what colors you like, and I know when you say, "Ooh, I saw this thing on a video, and I like that." I pay attention, and usually my gifts have been.
You're always amazing, yeah.
So when you said, "All right, we're not getting anything," I thought, "All right, well, I'm still going to surprise her with some stuff."
As soon as I got you something, I said, I found the perfect gift for you.
And then
I broke the we're not going to get anything rule.
Yeah.
And I let you know as soon as it happened.
Right. So I had already bought these other gift cards that were going to be like, "Oh, you said nothing, but I still got you something because I love you."
Right.
That was what this was going to be.
Yeah.
So now she said, "Oh, I got you something you're going to love." And I went, "Oh, man. I need to buy her something. I need to get something that I know she might not buy herself, but I want to do this." And I did research. I was online. I was looking. I was trying to figure out what would be right for the house, what would go with the style of the house. And people at this point are going, "What are you talking about?" I was going to buy you a makeup mirror, a lighted makeup mirror, like they do in Hollywood makeup with the bulbs around it.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't decide if I wanted to buy you a makeup table because you've always wanted one. You said for a long time you've wanted one. And
But I've just never known where it would go.
Right. So I was looking at that. I had all these things in my saved, you call them what we watch them.
Right.
And I was trying to decide which one. And then I thought, you know what? I just need to pull the trigger. I'll just buy. And I just hit buy now on the one that I had saved. Just like I didn't pay any attention because they were all in my saved. And I figured one of these will be.
And you told me, there's going to be a Walmart box coming.
I said, there's going to be a big box coming.
And I was like, I won't open a big Walmart box. And I opened the gift you bought me.
You did.
And I went, oh, this is just stuff for his vlogs. I thought it was just lighting for vlogs. I was like, wow, I wonder what he's going to do.
No, so.
I was like, is he going to put this on a pole? Like, I saw a bunch of bulbs. And I'm like, I don't know what these are. I'm going to put these in his office.
So what came was the lighting kit. The kit.
That you can put onto a vanity.
That you make a makeup mirror.
Yeah. Are you going to build me one?
I guess I could, but.
No, you couldn't.
I couldn't. But it said Hollywood Lights makeup kit. And then I showed you the other one that was built. It said Hollywood Lights makeup mirror. And the two just got confused.
So this morning, when you realized it, you were super bummed.
I was super bummed. And you saw I was running around. And
I was like, stop. You're going to run the day. There can only be two of us that are stressed.
And it freaked me out because I realized it makes me feel so, you feel stupid at this point. It's like, this is the day. It should have been here. This is dumb. I should have checked before I just clicked buy now, But
I feel like we all do that from time to time.
Do we?
Yes. How many times have I been like, oh my God, I didn't mean to order 300 Ziploc bags. I just needed Ziploc bags. I wasn't paying attention. I was like, Ziploc bags, order now. Why is this box the size of my head?
The microphone covers that are on these microphones?
Same thing?
Exact same.
I need that.
I ordered two because it was going to be two microphone covers.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it was 12 dozen.
Oh, God.
Two.
Where do you store these?
They're in my office in the cabinet. They're super thin. They're super flat. I mean, they came in an envelope. But I thought I was just buying two covers and 12 dozen show up.
So I feel like we all do this. Don't feel dumb. We're all running 1,000,000 miles an hour with scissors in our hands, and it's just like, must get through this life without hurting ourselves. And I feel like it all happens. Don't.
Okay.
And like I said, I don't know where it would go if you were to buy it.
Well, that's we sat down. We sat down.
You're like, here, let's decide what you get.
Let's decide. I go, here's the mistake.
I don't need
Here's
it.
what I looked at. Here's what I saved. I go, look at this, rose gold. I go, this is.
It looks kind of weird, rosy gold, though. It didn't look like real rose
gold.
And that would not go against the decor of where you thought it would go.
Yeah. And then you were like, no, I just don't.
Where
none
would
of
it go?
None of it. I don't want the mirror. I don't want the makeup table.
I bought a little desk which has no room for that type of mirror to sit up on it. Like, it's so little, like when I go to like write things for work, it's like I have no room. I'm like, I wish I had like an arm that came out. And that, that would not
so
be the place.
maybe in a way the mistake
It worked out.
it was a blessing.
Like, I do my makeup in my bathroom, and sometimes I film videos in there.
Yeah.
And is the lighting that bad?
No,
like, I
not
feel
a-
like it's already bright enough. Like, if I were to add more lights, I would end up walking out of there with Oompa Loompa face thinking that I needed bronzer because it was so flushing.
Well, our bathrooms have the rows of lights that already has the bulbs, but it doesn't have the makeup because the reason those lights that are like that is it lights
frames your face.
Your face.
No, I got that.
And so that's what I was. And you've been like, and you watch the beauty vlogs.
And in my mind, I would love to be that girl that does that. I think at one point I was like, I'm taking over the kids' room because we have a room where kids can stay. That sounds weird. We have kids in our family that come stay the night with us from time to time. And when they do, it's the kids' room. I'm like, I'm taking out this thing. I'm going to put in a vanity. I'm going to do makeup videos. And you were like, no. And I'm like, okay, you're right.
Well, I just didn't know where it would go because of the wardrobe and to move things around in that room, something would have to block the window. That's just the way.
Well, no, what I always thought, because I've seen beauty vloggers that during the day will use the sunlight from the window.
Right, as they're.
Yes,
yeah.
and then have the ring light when it was dark. And that was my thought, is put the
ring
vanity
light.
right underneath the window.
Yeah. Which
But-
is another. I bought a ring light. I bought a ring light. It was on sale, and I was like, "Oh, this thing is half price on sale." So I had bought a ring light that we've never even
So
used.
maybe I should try using that. Maybe you should teach me how to use that. And
set it up.
I could do it on my small little desk, and if that goes well, then we can
We can try that. What was the other? Oh, today. Janet goes, let's take a family picture. Because my son was over, and she goes, let's take a family picture.
Yeah.
And I go, okay. And she goes, like, good camera. Get the good camera.
And the good lights.
And the good light. We took out the lights. We got the camera.
And the family was like, well, we didn't know
we
this
didn't
was
know-
going to be a production.
Yeah. So
Like,
I got it all set up, and then I realized I don't know how to use the timer on this thing. I've had this camera now for a year, and we take pictures with it. I use the video. We shoot videos with it. That's what we do some of the vlogs.
right.
But I just realized I don't know half the stuff that the camera.
What do you do all day
does.
on a cruise ship?
Oh, I don't have the camera with me.
You should take the camera with you.
That's just one more bag.
Truth.
I'm always like, I bought the new. I guess I want our vlogs to be good. I really love the YouTube stuff. I love it.
I know. And I love our vlogs.
And I bought the stabilizer for my camera. The gyro stabilizer.
I love that you
Again,
have passion for it.
It was
'cause I
on
do
sale.
too.
And that's one more bag that I have to carry. And like the other day, somebody at the airplane told me I couldn't bring it on because that was a third bag. And I go, oh, let me see if I can. And I had to just I had to wrap it in my backpack. It wouldn't even zip it closed. I just kind of pulled it in and stuck it in. It was kind of sticking out. But I had to get it in somehow because I couldn't make it my third bag. And that's just annoying to me. I like it better when people are like, just, what are you bringing on the plane? 'Cause
Right.
It keeps getting worse and worse. Like, now it's
does.
50 pounds, or now you charge for that. You're going to have one, you can have one carry on, and you can have one, or you can charge for this one, and you could have a lady, you can have a purse, but one carry on. Like, what are the rules these days?
2.
Maximum 2. I mean, that's really what the rule is. It's maximum.
Sometimes if I have like a bag and a purse, I'll just put the purse in the bag. Because I know it's 2.
They're going to say 2.
So we have a family member that was over tonight, and she's traveling in the beginning of 2019, and she's like, "Yeah, I bought my tickets. It's on Frontier," and I was like, "Oh no." So anyone listening, Frontier sucks. Never fly Frontier. It's horrible. Their seats are uncomfortable. Their tray tables are the size of my iPhone, and they charge you to breathe. Practically. Like, here's your oxygen. That's $50.
It's Colorado's version of JetBlue. I don't even know if
they're not here anymore. They moved to Wisconsin.
Okay.
Because a lot of people lost their jobs. But she's like, yeah, I didn't pay for a seat because I don't care where I sit. I already paid for a check bag. I don't need more than a check bag. And I'm just like, okay. But.
Well, a lot of people, we don't like them. I mean, I agree. We don't like them. But some people...
Like people that travel on a regular basis.
Don't like them.
No.
But it's people that just want the affordable... Like, hey, I'm just going for the weekend. I got taking one overhead bag and, but I don't want to be nickeled and dimed at all. Do you want to pick your seat? That's another $15. Do you want to put something in the overhead?
Do you have a carry-on?
Yeah,
that's $20.
And it's cheaper if you do it online than it is at
right.
God, just what? This is getting stupid.
It is. That's why Southwest is still like one of the top. Southwest and Delta. Delta charges for bags, but
the service has still been pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love my Southwest.
I do too. I'm an A member with Southwest.
I am not, but I am a lover of Southwest.
I was talking to one of the guys the other day, one of the comics on the ship, entertainer. He wasn't a comic, entertainer. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I am platinum on such and such, and I constantly get upgraded to first class. And I go, and I have never really participated in that ever. In my years of that, I've never been big on...
Those are missed opportunities for you.
Really?
Like, you could earn free flights and stuff like that. Because everyone's like, oh, Steve travels all the time. I bet he gets tons of free travel. You could go with him. And I'm like, no, he doesn't participate in those. So, no, I can't.
Well, a lot of times the tickets now, when I work for the cruise, they buy the tickets. So they do that. But then again, some of the comics and entertainers will go, yeah, but when you go check in, make sure you give them your number. And I'm like, oh, I hadn't really thought about that.
And you never do.
I never do. And so it's just not been big on me. One of those, oh, yeah, when I went to New York, I got first class. I'm like, okay.
My friend and her family just flew to China and Guam for free because her husband travels for work for a
with all the benefits.
Big company, and he earns the points, and they flew for free.
One day, I want the pod. I want to do that first class pod. As you walk past, you've seen those.
I've never walked past them. I've never been on a plane that had them.
Didn't the Hawaii plane have those at one time? Maybe not. It might not have for you.
Remember that last Hawaii flight we came home and they didn't even have Wi-Fi?
No, that was like
that was the longest
boring flight. And I think that was a plane that should have been in retirement. I mean, honest to God, it still had ashtrays in the arm.
Yes, and I was like, I can't sleep here. I can't.
No, but those some of the overseas flights that I've done, where you walk by and you go, look, this thing lays down flat. There's a screen there. There's a light. There's a whole and you've seen some of the vlogs that you watch where they're like, we flew to Dubai and we pulled our sleeping mask hood over the thing and.
Oh, that would be amazing. Because I can sleep most anywhere.
I can't.
Except on that flight back from Hawaii. That was horrible. I was cranky. I know. Shocking. I get cranky.
I know.
So we have a new year coming up.
What are your plans?
Whole30 for January.
Well, yeah, but I mean...
Paleo, beyond that.
Is that going to be your
Work out a little
New Year's
bit more.
resolution?
No resolutions. Those are just setting you up to fail.
You're not going, I will vlog more, and my New Year, I will take my camera everywhere I go. I will just talk to the camera when I just go to the grocery store, and
I do that now.
You're getting much better at it.
Yeah. Yeah. I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers, what is Jam Beauty something or other? Her and her husband, they're big Disney people, and I know you like to make fun of them for that. because they both are big Disney people, and you don't understand.
I don't understand.
Her username on all platforms is JamBeauty89, but they just went to Branson, Missouri. Actually, they didn't just. I think it was like summer, probably. I remember seeing on Instagram when they were in Branson, Missouri, and I recommended. I was one of like 100 million.
Underneath, go to such and such.
Go to Silver Dollar City. And they went to Branson, which is where I'm from, and they finally uploaded their vlogs from there, and I was like, oh. And it just happened to be on today when we were cooking dinner, cooking dinner, and I was like, oh, Branson, look, and I remember I went back mentally to the last time I was in that same Dick's 5 and Dime, and I was vlogging, and it was like, hi, I'm in Dick's, okay, bye. Like, but theirs was like very much like whew.
Walk around. They just walk around with it. Like, oh, look at this. Oh, look
Yeah.
at that. Oh my goodness, look at that.
So it made me go, okay, I need to just go. I just don't want to get in trouble.
You're not going to get in trouble.
You've gotten in trouble.
Well, I got in trouble
There
in
are
Sephora.
some places that are like,
Sephora.
no.
That was weird because Sephora used to be like okay, didn't it?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of like beauty vloggers probably abuse that.
Is that what you think it was?
Mm-hmm.
Because they used to kind of be like, oh yeah, talk about our products, show the store. And I was shooting that one day, and that lady comes over and goes, please, no vlogging in the store. And then that same day, we were at, was it Sprouts? Mm-hmm. And I was shooting.
They're like, competitors come in and shoot our prices.
And I'm like, no, I was just shooting how
Here's
good the
a
meat
link to our
looked.
vlog.
Yeah.
The meat looks good, sir.
That's basically, I was like, look how good the meat looks here. But that was all in that one day. But I've never, other than that, nobody's ever said anything. And I've actually had people go, like almost join in, at the restaurant, like, hey, how you doing? Like they want to be in vlogs.
Mm-hmm. Yes, maybe I will make that. I got a planner. I got a 2019 planner. I'm so excited.
You got
it's
a paper planner
with stickers.
You might as well get some retro ice trays
colors.
to go with that.
No, it's great. So maybe I will. And I know that 2 Girls and a Bottle of Wine, we have a commitment to be bolder and stronger and more active in 2019.
Which you should plug that, by the way, right now. Talk about you've got a new partner.
No, she's the same old partner. Well, Amber.
But she's now full-time partner. You've had random guests, and now y'all have decided we should do this together.
Because I always felt like it was really hard to say, hey, you one person, commit to this podcast.
Right.
Because I got burned in the past. So then I was like, I know what I'll do. I'll commit, and I'll be a whore and just let everyone come into my
life and my podcast.
And that ended up being very exhausting.
Which has screwed up my podcast even. My podcast has gotten remasculate.
How have I screwed up?
No, I said that's what.
Oh.
Me doing the same thing. It'll be me, because remember, when I started, it was me and Jeremy. Mm-hmm. It was going to be, that'll be our podcast.
Oh, yeah. What was his name?
Corn Boy. And then it was kind of like, well, I'll just do guests every week.
Trevor. You did Trevor.
We did that with Trevor for a while. And then it just got in where, I'll be a guest. And then they'd cancel at the last minute. And then you wouldn't do it. Flaky. And then I would thought, well, I can't do it next week, so I won't book a guest. And then it's 2 weeks go by. And then you think
2 months.
Yeah. And then it's hard unless you have a dedicated co-host, I think.
It is.
Or a producer. Because I know some of the podcasts now have people that are their producers. Mm-hmm. And because I've been on a couple of where they're contact me. Would you like to be on such and such?
That's how Grace Helbig is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't Jack Ferry her producer?
Yeah. And so that's what...
or was.
And some of the celebrities that I talk to, and this is not a slam at all, but some of the celebrities that say they will do my podcast always seem to... Get busy.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, I have had some guys, like real like movie stars that'll go, I would love to do the podcast. Mm-hmm. That we're actually Twitter friends, that we actually retweet stuff, or they'll send something like, hey, did you see this? Hey, would you like to be yes, let's do it next week. Okay, next week. Oh, I have to fly to Vancouver because I'm going to shoot a new movie, and can we do it next week? I'll try, but I think I'm on the ship. You know what I mean? It's that it just gets crazy.
It is. So it's good. Amber has committed. I've given her access to all the social medias, which hasn't happened in the past. And yeah, she's like super. We're going to have, starting the first of the year, we're going to be not completely focused, but kind of focused on Bachelor, because The Bachelor with Colton Underwood starts the second week of January, and his parents live right down the road from here. So like
he's a Parker boy.
He's a Parker boy, and so we're gonna do it weekly.
Are you going to have a dedicated segment to this?
Yeah, so we're going to do Wine on a Dime. We're going to do topics, what's hot, what we're listening to, feels of the week, and positive poly moments.
What is feels of the week? What are y'all going to do with feels of the week?
So I think that's going to be like a Bachelor / what we're digging for the week.
What feels good kind of thing?
What's making us feel good?
How did y'all
week?
come up with the feels of the week?
We actually sat down and had a business meeting. At our kitchen table, where we had coffee, not wine, and paper and pens, and we worked it out. This is what we need to we need to have a structure, so we're not just rambling, like bah, bah, bah.
Like we do.
Yeah. And so that is what we have come up with, and we actually might do. How many times can I say actually?
Actually,
we might do like a YouTube videos from time to time as well.
To go with it. I think,
very centric on like women, beauty.
I agree. You should.
Mm-hmm.
I've always thought you should.
January, our video is going to be our top 5 makeup. So I'm like, Amber, come ready to be on a video and bring your makeup. And she's like, yeah.
Yeah, I have been from the very beginning.
The Wine on a Dime is so Steve.
From the very beginning, when you started 2 Girls and a Bottle of Wine, I said you should have wine as your specific, and you did for a while. You did. You actually had the sponsor. You had Relax Wine was your sponsor for a while, and then I said you guys should do a bottle every week. And you go, oh yeah, maybe, but I don't want to get the guests drunk, and I don't want to.
So that has been a problem. Like some guests come in and they're like, oh, I don't want to drink, and I'm like, okay. It's 2 girls and a bottle of wine.
But you could still talk about the wine.
I know. But some people aren't good at faking. Like, we could fake. We know the game. Like, they're just like, oh, I'm not drinking. And I'm like, that's why it was bad when I was rotating guests. Because some of them were just not
playing along.
You got to play the game. You
got to play along. Well, it's kind of this is the game of improv.
Yeah.
You do not, and in improv, you do not deny your partner. You never deny your partner. Never deny your partner.
That's a T-shirt.
Never deny your partner.
Wrinkled Sheets.
Had you ever taken improv or anything?
No.
In improv, part of the deal is if you throw something out, you have to respond to it.
And I think
no matter what it is.
When we first started podcasting, I think I was really bad about that.
You were really bad.
And I was like, man.
Because I would go like this to you, like,
yeah, you got so mad.
Take it.
And I was like, I don't like podcasting.
Yeah, for a while, you almost went, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore.
I do is walk away feeling like I suck.
Because...
but no, I get it.
It's the exchange. If I say to this...
Maybe it was me experiencing that from other people that I was like... Until right this moment, I didn't realize it. Yeah. But I think... Because I am thinking of people that were those walls that you would like throw things at, and they're like, I don't know. And I'm like...
That was my ex-partner on my radio show.
Oh.
That was, maybe that's what even got me more frustrated when you and I maybe started doing it. Because Melissa Peterman, you know, the actress from...
She was on Reba.
Reba and Baby's Daddy and all that. She came into the radio show one day, and because she was doing a show here in town. And I knew her from stand-up comedy. I mean, when she did stand-up, before she... Not to drop names, but that's what I...
You love doing that.
But you've even said it's kind of weird how you're like, you know people.
You know people.
You just know people. So I've been having the problem with my radio partner because she drops the ball. And I used to say it was like playing catch with a special needs kid. It was
or with a brick wall.
Or a brick wall.
You don't have to go to the special needs
Well, that's what I told my boss.
Right.
And I go, because it's just...
It maybe would have been more, receptive if you said, like, a brick wall.
Maybe. So, I'm not a PC person. But then Melissa came in one day for her show. And she and I,
I remember that day.
Remember that day?
I do.
It was so good.
So good.
So good.
I was like, who is this girl? I don't like her. She's getting along too well with my boyfriend.
But it was great.
Yes. You guys had great on-air chemistry.
She would say something, I would respond to it. If I went down a story, she had the end for it. It's like, it's the listening and paying attention and being creative enough to not deny. And when I came off air, I remember going, that's how it's done. Even to my partners, I would go, that's how this is supposed to go. It isn't like, you're like, no, I don't want to talk about that.
Right.
No, I just didn't think that was funny.
Right.
That's not the way you do it on air.
And if you look now, how many years later, that person is no longer on air.
Right. I always thought that was
You are still a successful stand-up comedian.
Yes.
That person stands in the background and promotes people.
Right. And that's the one thing bugged me that, and I used to say that to, when I went in and left radio, I did the either fire her or fire me kind of thing. I don't want to do this. And, because basically I just knew she wasn't right for the morning radio. I knew it wasn't right. And then.
But she was young.
But they moved her off mornings right after they fired me. Right after they went, okay, we'll let you go. They knew she wasn't, but they didn't want to play the game with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's even more annoying. Because you were right. We were wrong.
You weren't just like, oh, whatever, pay me $30,000 a year, make me work 50 hours, 60 hours a week, but $30,000 is great. You were like, no, I'm not going to do free remotes. No, you had like
they're like, well, you're not a company. You're not a company player. You're not a team player. I'm not
a slave for the
I'm not
man.
a slave, and I know what good radio is, and I know what should be done, and I just thought it was funny, like. See, all I asked you to do was do this, and we all would have been fine. And where's that radio station now?
Done.
They're off the air.
They're
not even on the air anymore.
Yeah.
So, ta-da!
Wow, I can't believe we went down that road.
I'm not bitter though.
But I'm doing better. Yeah.
Oh no, you're doing great, and I just think that's what you've come a long way with. Now you've sit down, you've decided.
But I have jumped into I'm a podcast fan. There are podcasts that when they upload a new one, I'm like, oh hell yeah. I'm a YouTube fan. I've been a YouTube fan.
You've been a YouTube fan for a long time.
But I watch and I'm like, oh yeah. And sometimes I don't have the time or the energy to be as engaged as some of these people that do it full time. But I'm like, oh, I just want to do that. And then I get pulled into real life.
As you know, I watch everyone a video and go, oh, I love that shot. Mm-hmm. To me, it's almost like watching mini movies at a theater. It
is.
Oh, you know what? If I just suction cup this camera on the side window, that would be a great shot.
And that's not. I look at it and go, oh, I love that content. I could do something similar to that.
Mm-hmm. But I think the combo, that's what makes for good videos, is people have those contents, but at the same time, they do those cuts where it shows well, I'm going to run down to Sephora, but then it shows them going out to the car, and it shows their key going into the ignition. They're filming little mini movies, and that's what I enjoyed that. That's why I keep buying the gadgets and the lights. And I try to make it, but I'm still not the pro at Julian, Jenna's boyfriend. I really like his video production, but that's what he does for a living.
Right.
He sits at there's little jump cuts and there's a drone shot, and then the music kicks in, and you're like, and then you went to just a discussion with Jenna.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot. It's a lot. We have fun with it. Thankfully, it's not our only thing that we do, because it would not pay the bills. But we have fun. But if you want to check us out and you haven't, we're on YouTube, Wrinkled Sheets Podcast. And we've been doing Vlogmas pretty religiously. We now have 1 day left, because December 24th is the last day of Vlogmas. It leads up to Christmas.
Oh, so we don't have to do it all of December.
No.
It's just up to Christmas.
Vlogmas,
because the couple that you started to watch, the British couple that I turned you on to, I saw they uploaded today. The last...
Yes.
And I was like, I thought to myself, are you sure it's really the last?
Because
today's the 20th. That'd be 24 for them.
Yeah. The 24th is the last day of Vlogmas.
So.
Yeah.
So we got to do... Well, we shot today. We shot tomorrow. So we got some good video today, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We were cooking a lot.
Yeah.
I
You
had
got your
some
recipes.
fun. What do you mean?
Well, you did. I shot your recipe as you were cooking. I were like,
yes.
and what step are you doing now? This
Yeah.
is the pound. I'm pounding meat.
We didn't vlog that part.
We didn't?
No, that was before we were called, going, hey, we should
We should probably
this.
vlog this.
Because I was pounding the meat and we were both getting splattered with meat juice. This is so gross. And we were both like, that's going everywhere. And it was like an hour later. I was like, should we be vlogging?
We should probably be. Yeah. And again, why we should be doing it. The guys that wake up and just do it from the minute they get out of bed. I mean, like, they're laying in bed like, good morning, guys. Let's go make some coffee. Jump, walk,
So
walk,
I did
walk,
that
walk.
yesterday. And I looked like hell. I was like walking down the stairs and I actually deleted a video because I was walking down the stairs and almost fell. My feet slip on the carpet. Do yours ever do that?
No.
There's something weird with
You
my
talk
feet.
just bare feet, not
Yes.
not your socks slipping,
bare
just
feet.
bare feet.
I'm like walking down the
do
stairs
you
and
lotion your feet at night or anything?
No. I don't know. I'm like, so, we got to talk about the Amazon life. Amazon Alexa life.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. You want, I'll set it up and you can say.
So at my company ugly sweater party, I got honorable mention and I got an Alexa Dot. And we've been eyeing it for a bit.
Thought
you
about
were like,
it.
You were like trying to show me the fancier, like the video.
Yeah, that's
what's it
the one.
called? Like the I don't know. It's
but it has
new
the screen.
one. Yeah.
It's the new one. It works the same
Which
way.
we
Alexa
don't even talk
showed
on
me
the
it.
phone, so there's no reason we need a video screen on our.
Right.
Yeah. But I was like, Steve's been eyeing this. And so I ended up winning honorable mention and I came home. I turned it on. It was so freaking easy. It's my best friend. And where was I going with this?
All that it does?
All that it does. I don't even know all that it does. But like our family member tonight was like sharing some of the things that it does. And I have now ordered the plugins where you can plug things in so I can be like, Alexa, turn on the kitchen light and it'll turn on, or the lamp.
Who turned you on to the plugs? Did they do it? Did Dylan and Ashley turn you on to
Yeah, Ashley said she was going to buy her mom. Does she listen to this?
No.
Light bulbs. Because there's a spot in her mom's house where she just doesn't want her to hurt herself. And then there's an Alexa, like, non-emergency help so that now I remember, if you were to fall and Alexa was close enough, you would be like, Alexa, call a help, or I need help. And she would immediately...
Don't say it too loud. She might call 911 up there.
We didn't enact it. And it would immediately call whoever your contact is.
Mm.
That's what I was thinking. Because I was like, Ashley, I almost fell on the stairs the other day. I need that. Would you mind being my emergency contact? She's like, no. We looked at setting it up, and that's when we realized when you set yours up, mine lost I don't have control over Alexa right now. So, but it'll remote start my Jeep.
You just said, hey,
Alexa, tell the Jeep
Jeep
app to start my Jeep. And yeah, pretty amazing.
Is that what? I guess that's what it's all going to become eventually.
Yeah.
We're just going to be a wired place. Like they're setting up the Amazon stores, not just a store like we went to, but they're going to have the Amazon convenience stores where you just go in there, grab a Coke, and it scans to your Amazon account. Like you won't even pay.
I got a notification. Do you want to enable drop-ins? Do you know what that is?
No, what is drop-ins?
If you have drop-ins enabled, so if it ever pops up, say no. But like, you could, if your mom had Amazon, you could be like, drop in on mom, and you just start listening to what's happening in her house. I'm like, what is the purpose of drop-in? Why would you want to drop in?
That's just spying. That is spying.
One of my coworkers did that with her mom and like started talking, and her mom was like, "What?" And her mom soon disabled that feature, but never. Like,
why would you want that?
Maybe with your mom, she's older.
Yeah,
you'd be like, "Hey, mom, good morning. How are you?"
I'd rather just be able to call. You know what I mean? Or just Alexa would ring and Alexa answer the phone. Like,
right.
Not just be able to drop in. That's wrong and spying. If you agree, comment.
Give us a like.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I feel like we've gone over our hour.
We did. We're at an hour and 8 minutes now.
That's a Christmas miracle.
I know. This was not even one of those.
When I was
what
like,
else you
hey,
want to
let's
talk about?
podcast, you're like, oh, I don't know what I want to talk about. And I was
Well,
like,
you know what I think happened? The espresso kicked in. I honestly, I was feeling a little tired
Like
right after
blah?
we ate and blah.
Oh.
And then remember, I made the espresso for my son, and he goes, "Aren't you going to have one?" Okay. And I think that's what it kind of kicked in. I went, "Yeah, let's do this thing.
Let's do it.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's go."
well, I'm glad we did.
Well, guys, thanks for listening. We appreciate you. You know, share us with your friends. Just randomly share it. Just sometimes, just send it to nobody that. Somebody that
Tweet it to the Twitterverse.
to the Twitterverse, or send a podcast to a friend and go, I don't know if you listen to podcasts, but this might be a fun one you might
Click
like.
on this link, yeah.
Because people that don't listen to podcasts don't know about them.
They don't get it.
They don't get it. They don't understand it. But then people will listen and they go, oh, it's like radio, but only free, fun and free.
No commercials.
Yeah. So do that. Share us. Just put us on your Facebook page, on your Twitter universe. Take a picture of the podcast screen and then put it on your Instagram.
Insta story.
Insta.
And you can tag us at Wrinkled Sheets, the number 1 on Insta, on Twitter, Wrinkled Sheets, the number 1 at gmail.com, and tag us. And
I am no longer at Steve McGrew on Twitter. At Steve McGrew has been banned. I got in trouble on Twitter. I got in a fight. And I'm now at GREWTHE. So it's at Grew THE. And here's why I don't what happened. I put in the real Steve McGrew because that's what I thought it was going to be. And then when I did it, it just gave me Grew the because the other one was taken.
so it's at GREWTHE.
THE.
Okay, cool.
So, guys, till next time, appreciate you.
Thank you.
And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Wrinkled Sheets Podcast, the Wrinkled Sheets Podcast. The reason I'm starting it like this for you this time is after we recorded the podcast, at the very end, we went to save it, and a little notice popped up and it said, letting you know that there were some places that didn't record, that like said dropped out due to slow processing on your laptop. Janet and I have never seen this warning before, don't know where it came from, but when I went back to edit the podcast, yes, there are like these little couple of dead spots. Not a lot, not enough to destroy the podcast, but just enough to maybe be annoying, and I didn't want you guys to go, what happened? So that's what happened. Every once in a while, you'll hear like a dead spot and a jump, but it shouldn't be too bad. It only happens like 2 or 3 times during the podcast. Just a heads up. So here it is. This is our Christmas podcast. Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate, have a great holiday season. And here it is, the Wrinkled Sheets Podcast.